All right, let's talk about digital marketing. For a lot of business owners, it can feel like this huge, complicated maze, right? Well, don't worry. We're going to give you the map to navigate it. Let's dive right in.
So, does this sound familiar? You've poured your heart and soul into building this amazing business, but trying to get noticed online, it feels like a completely different ballgame. You know that feeling? Like you're just shouting into the void? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. And here's a huge reason why it feels so crowded out there. Get this, a whopping 75% of businesses are already using online marketing. I mean, that number tells you everything you need to know. The digital world isn't some side project anymore. It's the main stage. And guess what? Your competition is already on it. Which brings us perfectly to our first section, what we're calling the digital maze. I mean, just picture it. The online world is this massive, constantly shifting labyrinth. Yeah, it's packed with opportunity, but wow, it is so easy to get lost if you don't have a clear path. So, what's the map for this maze? Simple. It's digital marketing. When you boil it all down, it's just about using all those online channels, Google, social media, email, to connect with the people who are actually looking for what you have. It's about meeting them right where they're already hanging out.
Okay, so let's pop open the hood and look at the toolkit. These are the absolute essential instruments you're going to use to build up your online presence and, more importantly, to drive some serious growth.
First up, the big one. Search engine optimization, or SEO for short. The best way to think about this is it's the art and science of making your website look really, really good to search engines like Google. The whole point is to show up higher on that results page when someone searches for what you offer, so they find you organically without you paying for a click.
So, what does good SEO actually get you? Well, for one, it boosts your visibility, so more eyeballs are on your brand. 2, it drives what we call organic traffic. These are the visitors you don't have to pay for. And maybe the most important part? It builds trust. Come on, you know you do it. We all automatically trust those top results on Google, right? That trust is earned, and that's the real magic of SEO.
Now, on the flip side of that, you've got pay-per-click, or PPC. This is pretty different. With PPC, you're straight up paying for ad spots. Those sponsored listings at the top of Google or ads you see on social media. You're basically buying traffic to your website instead of earning it. So why would you do that? Well, the huge advantage of PPC is speed and precision. I mean, you can generate traffic almost instantly, and you can get super specific, targeting people based on where they live, what they're interested in. It's amazing. And the best part? You get crystal clear data that tells you exactly what's working so you can tweak your ads on the fly.
Okay, so here's the easiest way to break it down. Think of SEO as a long-term investment, like building an incredible reputation in your community. It takes time, but the value it creates is lasting. PPC, on the other hand, is like a flash sale. It gets you results right now, but the second you stop paying for the ads, poof, the traffic stops. The reality is, the most powerful marketing plans, they use a smart mix of both. Of course, SEO and PPC aren't the whole story. Your complete toolkit needs a few other power tools. You've got social media marketing. That's where you build your tribe and show off your brand's personality. Then there's content marketing, blogs, videos. That's how you prove you're an expert and give people real value. And finally, email marketing, which is your direct line to your biggest fans, letting you build on those relationships.
Okay, so you might be looking at this whole toolkit and thinking, whoa, that is a lot to handle. And you'd be right. Which brings up a really good question. If you know what the tools are, why on earth would you hire an agency, a guide, to help you out?
So, what's the real advantage of bringing in an agency? Well, number one, expertise. You're instantly plugging into a team that does this stuff all day, every day. Number 2, it saves you so much time. You get to focus on what you do best, running your business. And 3, they have access to seriously powerful tools and data that most businesses just can't get, giving you a massive leg up.
All right, so let's say you're sold. You think getting a guide is the right move. Now, how do you pick the right one? Let's go through a really simple checklist for finding that perfect partner for your business.
When you're checking out an agency, you got to focus on 3 key things. First, look at their portfolio. Is their past work actually impressive? Second, dig into their testimonials. What are their clients really saying about them? Not just the fluff. And honestly, this might be the most important. How do they communicate? You need a partner, not just someone you send checks to.
And when you're looking at their performance, yeah, of course you want to see a great return on investment, that's a given. But look here, things like excellent communication and a strategy that's actually tailored to your business are just as crucial. A cookie cutter, one-size-fits-all plan?
it just won't cut it anymore.
Okay, let's start to bring this all home by looking to the future. Because that digital maze we've been talking about, it's not standing still. It is always changing, and there is zero doubt that the future is digital.
I mean, it's kind of wild how fast this world has changed. Just think back a few years. It was all about some basic SEO and throwing up a few simple ads. Today, it's a whole different universe. It's about creating these super smart, data-backed strategies that take a customer on a journey, from that very first click all the way through to becoming a paying customer.
So what's coming up next? What should you be watching for? Well, AI, artificial intelligence, is going to make everything smarter, more predictive. Personalization is going to be non-negotiable. You'll have to speak to people as individuals. And video? Yeah, its takeover is only going to get bigger. And that really brings us to the single most important point of all of this. Listen, clicks and traffic, they look great on a spreadsheet, but they can be what we call vanity metrics. The real goal, the only thing that actually matters, is conversions, turning someone who's just browsing into a real paying customer. That, right there, is how you measure success.
So as we wrap this up, I have one last question, and this one's for you. Now that you've got the tools, you understand the strategies, and you have a much better map of the maze, is your brand really, truly ready to build its digital future?